Let's work a couple more minutes on the nose. I just want to, I went back into it. I want to, show you some of the things I did, why I did them, and how I added a little bit of polish to what I've already posted. So let's just review for a little bit. These are the wings. What's important to remember is, where the wings intersects in relationship to the lips and relationship to the eyes. Okay, here's our axis, center of the lips, center of the nose. It would actually be tilted at an angle, but there, so you see all the parts line up. I started to indicate a little bit of the chin, what's going on. I want you to take a look at this section of the lips right now. One of the things you might not be aware of is that when it comes to color, we tend to think of the lips as being a little bit redder than they actually are, pinker than they actually are. In many cases, the outside edge of the bottom lip will almost match in value that portion of your lower jaw. So it's a really smooth transition. Underneath the lips a little bit, there will be more shadow as it protrudes a little bit. Now I've been using the eraser to kind of like pick at some highlights, give different shape to the nose. I don't want them to be, super highlights, more like reflected light, I should say, rather than a highlight. Or how you might have a reflected light off a nostril or on the edge of a nostril. If you look carefully, I've also started to model using value around the cheeks, playing off the plane of the nose. If you look here, hopefully you can see that, I've drawn a profile view, give you an idea of what you're trying to render. The cheek actually protrudes a little bit and creates a line here. It's delicate. Sometimes you see it really clearly, sometimes you don't. I'm going to make it lighter. You want to be aware of where the nostril is in relationship to that. I'm actually going to move that back a hair. There you go. Philtrum, upper lip in shadow, bottom lip in light, underneath the bottom lip in shadow. At the brow, it's going to be a little bit darker. Now I'm using a 4B pencil, which will be easy to move with an eraser if I choose to. Actually, it's just as easy to move with my finger. Might clean off a highlight. Soften some of the harder forms. I'm forever moving around my drawing looking for corrections. Now, where I put these highlights in, that doesn't mean that I can't take a light 2H pencil and soften them a little bit more. I may not like that line that I put there for you to see something. I may not feel like I need it. So how do I get rid of it? HB. Go for balance. Stump it, which is tapping. Deeper shadows in the nostril are to top, not at the bottom. Maybe a little drag. Here I clearly define the edge of my face. I've talked a little bit about trying to locate the width of my eyes. Remember, there's one eye between the other two. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then any excess will be out to here. The eye actually would end about there. It would begin about here and about here. Just give you an idea of what that's going to look like. just thinking in terms of value, I'll put it in. I'll put the sockets in. I profess following the form. It's an oval, it wraps around the face like that. That's the way I'm going to make my hatching and cross hatching, to wrap around it. I'll start light with I'm starting light with a dark pencil. Soft touch. That would probably be maddening for you guys to actually do that. I'm not the least bit afraid of it, because I know I can pretty much clean it up. I just want to soften the edge of the lips up a little bit. No hard line there. In fact, much of the time the reason you see it is because there's a little bit of a whiter highlight there. Just a lighter piece of skin. And that's how I would kind of like polish up the idea of a nose and attach it to a face. Hope that helps, and thanks for watching.